My 6-year-old handed me a school worksheet about my family, and the drawing in the daddy spot was not her father. I almost missed it. She dropped it on the kitchen counter the way she drops everything. Backpack first, shoes kicked off mid-stride, paper fluttering out of her folder onto the tile. I was stirring pasta and barely looked. I said, "Let me see, baby," and reached for it without putting down the spoon. It was one of those printed worksheets with stick figure outlines already drawn. A house at the top, labeled sections below. My family, written in fat teacher font. Her name Maisie filled in the top line in enormous wobbly letters. Under mommy she had drawn me. Purple dress, long hair, a smiley face with too many teeth. Unmistakably me. Then I looked at the daddy box. The figure was tall, dark squiggly hair, a blue shirt, and in her 6-year-old way of drawing people she knew, she had given him glasses. My husband Derek has perfect vision. He has never worn glasses a day in his life. I set the spoon down. I said, "Maisie, I love your drawing. Who is that in the daddy box?" She was pulling her shoes back on for some reason only she understood. "That's Marcus." I turned around very slowly. "Who's Marcus?" "Mommy's friend." She said it like I'd asked her what color the sky was. I crouched down to her level. My voice was steady. "Where did you meet Marcus, baby?" She scrunched her face thinking, "At our house. He comes when daddy's at work. He makes eggs." She held up 4 fingers, then 3. A lot of times. I stood up. I walked to the window. I stayed there until I was sure my voice wasn't going to do anything wrong. "Does Marcus know daddy?" She shook her head. "Daddy doesn't know Marcus. Marcus says it's a special secret, like a surprise." She picked up her backpack. "Can I have a snack?" I gave her a snack. I sat across from her at the table and watched her eat her crackers, and I did not move. She talked about something that happened at recess. I heard none of it. After I put her to bed, I went through Derek's side of the closet. I went through my phone. I went through nothing because there was nothing to find on my end. I already knew who Marcus was. Marcus Reeves. We'd worked together 3 years ago. He reached out in October, said he was back in the city, asked if I wanted to catch up. I said sure. We got coffee once. I introduced him to Derek at a work thing in November, and Derek shook his hand, and that was the end of it. Except apparently it wasn't. I called my sister, told her I needed her to take Maisie for the night on Saturday, didn't say why. She asked 3 times. I said I'd explain later. Saturday morning, Derek left for his 8 a.m. tea time. I know the course. It's 40 minutes away. He's never back before 1 p.m. I didn't leave. I sat in the living room with a worksheet on my lap. At 9:40 a.m., a key turned in the front door. I had changed the locks Friday afternoon, so when it didn't open, he knocked. I didn't move. He knocked again, longer, and then he rang the bell. I got up. I opened the door. Marcus Reeves stood on my porch holding a brown paper bag. He was wearing glasses, blue shirt, dark curly hair. He looked exactly like the drawing. He smiled the way he always smiled, easy and slow. "Hey, you changed the..." He stopped when he saw my face. "Is everything okay?" I held up the worksheet. He looked at it. His smile got careful. "My 6-year-old drew this at school." I said. "She put you in the daddy box. She told her teacher you come here when my husband is at work." I watched him. "She told me it's a special secret, that you make her eggs." My voice was flat. "How many times have you been in my house?" He opened his mouth. "It's not how many times, Marcus." He said nothing. "She can count to 100. I said. She ran out of fingers. I stepped back from the doorway. I called Derek on the way to dropping her at my sister's. "He'll be here in 20 minutes. You can explain the eggs to him or you can leave right now and never come back. But I need you to understand something." I held the paper up one more time. "She draws who she knows. She drew you because she knows you. And a 6-year-old doesn't lie about a secret someone told her to keep." His jaw worked. 20 minutes. I said. He looked past me into the house, then back at my face, and whatever he was about to say died. He turned and walked off the porch. I closed the door. I sat back down in the living room with the worksheet in my hands, and I waited. 14 minutes later, Derek's car pulled into the driveway. I heard his door, his keys, his footsteps. He opened the front door and looked at me, confused, still in his golf shirt. "You said you needed to talk," he said. "What's going on?" I held up the paper. "Maisie did a worksheet," I said, "about our family." He crossed the room and took it from me. He looked at the daddy box for a long time. His eyebrows came together. "Who's that?" "That's what I've been sitting here waiting to tell you."